Assalamualaikum students, welcome to online class. The course is Android app development. I hope that you people are doing well. So today we are going to develop yet another Android app, and that app will going to store notes for you people, for anyone that is using this application. So remember that the last app that we developed was mind game app that was testing your mathematical abilities, your memory. But this app is going to be a note taking app that can enable you people to permanently store notes in your mobile system. So first, let us go to file, and then let us create a new project. So file, new project. You people already know this process. So as always, I'm going to select empty activity and then click next. Yes, and here you can give the name to your application. So I'm going to give it a name of notes, or I can say that it should be meaningful, so I'm saying my notes. So this is my app name, and then the package name, which uniquely identifies your app in your system as well as on the Google Play Store. And here we have the location for this app. Make sure that you save it in a right location, and make sure that you remember that location because you are going to work on it. So the language that we will going to choose is Java, and the minimum API level is API 19, Android 4.4 KitKat. So let hit finish, and Android Studio is going to create a new project for us. Uh, Remember that to update your Android Studio, and remember to configure it properly. Make sure that everything is running properly. Make sure that the Gradle setting is okay. So our load build is correct, our configuration, calculation, task path, and run task. So now you can see the basic code here for our app. So this is the basic main activity, and you can see your layout files here in the layout folder. So if I click on it, you can see that this is our basic layout. So for now, I'm going to delete this text view because we do not need it, and we are going to insert a list view in this app. So yes, I'm going to go to the design, and here you can see the basic design of your app. Yes, and okay, just click on layouts. Let me see, click on the text, and you will see, if you do not see this list in the text, so you can go to the container, and then you will see a list view over here. So if you do not find it, you can find it um, by searching this list view here. So let me type list view. So there you can see that list view. It was by default hiding, so you click and drag this list view over here and just leave it here. So there are some settings which we want to do. The first one is that we want to make sure that this list view occupies the whole space of your mobile phone app. So yes, there you can see your list view. So make sure that you give it an ID. So I'll give it an ID of list view, and set the constraint, because it is important that your app or your list view is constrained from the top, from the bottom, from the left, and from the right. And now you can see that there is no error. So you have created your list view, and you have also given it uh, an ID of a list view. So there you go. And now if I go to the text tab, yes, there you can see that an XML code has been generated for you people, and the ID, the length, and the width. So because we are using constrained layout, so you like do not have to worry a lot about how this code is generated for you. Just go to design, go to the design layout and click and drag the list view and give it an ID and make sure that the constraints are right. So now that the design is almost okay, so we will go to the main activity, and there you can you can call this list view, or you can use this list view in the onCreate method. So let me type list view and give it a name of list view, and we use the very common method find view by id, and our list view is r.id dot, what was the name? It was a list view. So Android Studio is smart enough to tell you that where this list view is. And remember that this is that address that is generated for you, and it is stored in R file. So like you people know that a file or any object that you create in XML file is inflated into Java file in two steps. First, you convert it into R file where you give addresses to each object or to each views that you used in the XML file, and then you can use that addresses or that object in the Java file which we are using here. So you know that every statement is terminated by semicolon. Now it is giving us an error. It is saying that list view is not imported. So you can you can hit alt enter in order to import it, and you can see over here that a list view has been imported. Now we can create, because this is list view, so we need a container that is able to store our notes. So that container will be nothing but array list. It will be of type string, and let us give it a name. So give it a name of notes, and then create that object, new array list. Now this process is like very much easy for you, because we have been doing this a lot. So yes, once again this array list is not imported, so hit alt enter in order to import it. And now we can initially we can store something inside this node array list. So I'll be going down here, and you write notes, and then yes, notes dot add, and give it a name. I'll give it a name of example note, and then you can put a semicolon over here. And yes, because we have created a list view, so a list view is needed some kind of a source where it can get that information and put it in itself. So that information is given to the list view by an array adapter. So array adapter is normally, we will be talking about adapters. We talked about adapters on the Google group, but this adapter is kind of a bridge between your data source and your interface, and it needs something like, it need this current activity, and it need a default design. So default design here for us is android.r.layout.simple. It is simple list item 1. So you select it, hit enter, and not to forget your source. So our source is nodes array list over here. So yes, we have created our array adapter. Now we have to set this adapter to our list view. So list view dot set adapter, and now give it a name of that adapter. So that is array adapter. So now you have created this array adapter. So now you can uh, see that uh, like you have created a list view, you have created your data source. The data uh, source here is our notes, and you are also created an array adapter. So array adapter is a bridge between notes and your list view, which is going to inflate your list view with these array adapter nodes. So now we are going to create another activity that is going to allow us to edit our nodes inside our activity. So okay, so let me okay so let me go to the Android Studio. Let me create another activity. So that activity is going to be, you know how to create an activity. Click on this main package folder, scroll down here, and I think it is empty activity. I cannot find it here, but you can go to the gallery, select this empty activity, click next, and you should give it a meaningful name. So I'm going to give it a name of note, let's say editor activity. So you know it is note editor activity, and Android Studio is smart enough to sorry, it is activity, note editor activity. Okay, Android Studio will generate XML layout file for you, and it will be activity underscore nodes underscore editor. So hit finish. Everything is looking fine, and you will see that a new editor activity has been created for you. Okay, so now that you have created this activity, the next job will be to go to this activity underscore node underscore editor activity, and we are going to insert an edit text on this inside this activity. So yes, you are going to, yes, I have selected it, and go to text, and you can say that it's you can like select this plain text option, click and drag it over here, and Android Studio will perform some operation, and make sure that you give it a name, and make sure that you also constrain it to the top, to the bottom, to the left, and to the right. This is like uh, necessary, because if you do not do it, so you may see a very unwanted behavior when your app run on mobile phone. So make sure that everything is looking fine. Okay, so this is my editor activity. I have constrained it, and you should also look for an error. If there is an error, you can like Google it, search it. Like Stack Overflow is a very good platform for you to get help. Now that our design for our note editor activity is completed, we can go to the Java file of note editor activity, and there we can we can code for the Java activity. But before that, you people should be aware of the fact that this activity will be called by the main activity whenever a user click on an item in a list view. So we have to implement certain item on click listener on the list view. So when you click an item on a list view, it will fire node editor activity. So here I can write list view dot set on item, set on item click listener. Yes, I think it is set on item click listener, and new, and it is adapter view. I think yes, it is adapter view dot on item click listener. So when you select it, so Android Studio will um, auto generate some code for you that you can use um, uh, in your app. So here, when a user click on uh, on a list item, so what happen is that uh, uh, we can use an intent in order to call another activity. So what should we do? We should yes, we should uh, use intents. So you know that intents objects are used to carry you people or carry one activity to another activity. So you create a new intent and get application context. Get application context. Now the other thing is the name of the target activity that you want to give it. So the name of that target activity is uh, note note editor activity dot. Make sure to put class over here or you will get an error. So once again you people can see that uh, um, we have an error, and that error is because we haven't imported this intent class. So hit alt enter. So intent has been imported. So now I can further use intent, my intent, and I can say that put extra, and like I want to carry something. I want to carry like my position of my list item that I have clicked. So we can do this by key value pair. So note ID here is our key, and the other thing is like the position of our uh, item is the position which the on item click method is giving to us. So then we can like say start activity, and you pass it the intent object. So yes, I think everything is going well. Now, like at that point, you what you people can do is that you can run your app in order to make sure that whether app is running properly or not. So click on this run button. So Android Studio will launch Android emulator, and there we can see that whether our app so far is running correctly or not. So Gradle build is running. It is making sure that the dependency of your app are all correct. The necessary libraries have been imported, and it is collecting, organizing your files. It is converting it into Android package kit .apk file, which you know that it's an exe file for Android platform that you can install and run on your mobile phone. So at the very first um, moment when you run your run your app, it may take some time because it is like collecting a lot of application, but I mean you will see that um, though it is taking time, but next time it will run properly. You can see that the example node our app has is running. So if I click on this item, yes, you will see that the editor activity has opened. So now I can edit my notes over here. So today I am going to implement this app. So all right, this is my note, and like I'll be talking more about this notes, but one thing that we have seen here is that when I like in this main activity, like my constraint was pushed at the top, so I was not able to see my activity. So I can give it a little space, and I can like close it, and I can run it again, and I can see whether my my app interface is looking fine or not. So it is giving us some error, but you can leave it, because the moment this message is telling us that app restart successful with or without reinstall. Okay, let's see that how this app is going to look after we have make few changes in our design. I think the emulator has restarted. So you people will get a lot of these kinds of error, because you know that, I mean, let me run it once again, because you know that there are lots of thing happening at the background. Emulator is updated, your SDK are updated, and so make sure that you have good internet connection. Now like it is installing it is running it, and you can see that uh, still this example node is there. If I click it, yes, we are going to the next activity. I go back. Yes, I'm going back to my main activity. So we'll be learning a lot in the new lecture, but for the time being I'm going to close here, and we'll discuss this app more in our next lecture.